In this video, we're going to be showing you how to configure your Nesi Plus board to act as a USB interface to your computer. In this case, we're using a PC computer. This tutorial may be slightly different for Macs. We're going to work through the process here as I've shown that we have a program that will print the time over USB to a computer, and then that can be monitored using a serial interface monitor such as PuTTY here, for example, which is a free program that you can download from the internet. So exiting out of this, one way to see if your Nesi board has the ability to already be connected to your computer is by downloading such program as is given to you in this USB print time, which will print the time every second. You can then go to your Windows menu and then search for the device manager. Once this pops up, you can scroll down and see that under other devices the Nesi board has popped up. So if we click on this, it shows that the device drivers were not installed. If you go to the GitHub and find where the USB library was first created, under that revision you can see that you need to install the drivers for this to be enabled. So we need to go in here and click Update Drivers. We are going to browse my computer. We're going to browse the computer for the driver software. We do not want it to search automatically because this can take longer. So we're going to browse through, find wherever it is that our Nesi software is being stored. In this case, it's on desktop, under Master, under Nesi Core, Source, and then under USB. Again, we are searching for the folder that contains the driver, not the actual driver itself, the folder that contains it. Again, in this case, it was under the desktop, Master, Nesi Plus Core, under the Source folder, and then in the USB. So we're going to select OK, and then hit Next. So here we have encountered a problem installing the driver software for your device. It says Windows could not do this because this was created as a third-party INF, which is a type of file that we're using to install the driver, and it does not have a digital signature. This is a problem we have encountered with Windows 8 machines, have not encountered this with any Windows 7 machines, and have not tried on any Macs. There is a fix for this. This is just a setting that is configured for Windows to protect you from harm that may be done by other people generating drivers. In our case, we know that this was generated not to harm but to help in development and testing. So we are going to disable this on a one-time use, not a permanent basis for your PC, but a one-time use, which then allows us to install the driver, restart the computer, and then use the system as we would to install the driver like we would like. So we are now going to stop this video because the video requires, the installation of the device driver needs this digital signature disabled, which requires the ability to restart the computer, I think roughly 2 to 3 times. So we're going to stop the video, provide a link at the bottom of this video, and then resume. We have now just disabled the feature on our Windows computer for the requirement of a digitally signed USB device INF file. Because of this, this is a one-time installation. There is an opportunity to do this for all further boot ups of the computer, but I do not recommend this as this is a safety feature on your PC. Again, you just completed the video to disable the USB device digital signature requirement for a sole installation purpose. So here we're going to go back like we did earlier, go to the Windows and search for Device Manager. We're going to pull this up again, scroll through here down to Other Devices again and click on the Nesi board, where this time I'm going to go through again, update the driver, browse. It should be selected already, but just to be safe we'll check this that we're in Master, Source, and then the USB folder within there. Select OK. I'm going to hit next. Windows cannot, it's going to come up with this this warning that Windows can't verify the publisher. We're going to say install this driver software anyways, because we know that it has been generated not to do harm. The process is going to go through here, installing the driver onto our PC machine. Resume. Now that this was done loading, it says Windows has successfully updated your driver software, which is what we intended. Again, this was a requirement for our Windows 8 machines, which now have this digital signature requirement in the instances that we have occurred. Windows 7, we have not had that issue, but Windows 8 has had these issues, so you may need to do this. You may not. It may work on the first trial, which we did at the beginning, but if it comes up with that small warning symbol next to your device, then you will have to go through that process, which we provide in the link below. So we're going to close out of this. We're going to close out of this again, and this should refresh, but just to make sure, I like to X out of it and then go back into the Device Manager tab. We're not in the human interface. We should now be under Ports, COM, and LPT, which should show us that we have the Nesi board COM interface selected on COM5. So we need to remember this COM5. We're going to go through here, X back out of that, and we're going to want to go into PuTTY, which we have pinned to our taskbar down here. It's currently set so it's on the SSH. We're going to move that over and select the serial terminal. We want to keep the speed at the default, which is 9600, which is our baud rate, and then move over to have our COM port be what we saw on our last device manager, which in our instance was COM5, may be different on your system. We're then going to select open, and as you can see, you can have the time being updated. I turned my Nesi board off here, but if you were to let this run for a given period of time with that program, it would update the system every second with the updated time. So you can now X out of that. One other thing you can do in PuTTY is you can actually set up it as a serial terminal, set your COM preference, let's say it's 5, and save that with a desired name. Typically, whatever your board comes up on that COM port will come up every time, for the most part, you restart or replug in your computer with the Nesi board attached to it. In this case, it's COM5. On another desktop we have, it's COM16. It can be a wide range of things, but it's typically the same, so it's a safe bet to go ahead and save that session, and then if it doesn't work, then go in and check at the device manager that it is the same COM port. You now have successfully installed the USB driver to your Nesi board for the computer so that you can use your system and connect it to the computer, monitor it through PuTTY, or through monitor any pictures or data logs you may have stored to your onboard SD card with the proper software configuration.